So what's going on, guys? The truck guy here. Today I wanted to get back to you with another unboxing and review. And today I wanted to review the Milwaukee FASTBACK folding utility knife with blade storage and general purpose blade. So guys, Milwaukee's got a long way of saying they've got a nice utility knife here. It's a folding knife with some extra blade storage. So the Milwaukee FASTBACK utility knives, overall they're nice. They've got a nice line of knives. As you step up in the line with Milwaukee, you're just going to get added features like blade storage, wire cutters, screwdrivers, things of that nature. So their cheaper knives, are just $5 or $6, but this one was actually $14.97 at Home Depot. So once you get into some of the added features with the Milwaukee knives, they go up in price pretty quick. But let's get this knife open and see what we've got inside. And in terms of features on this, it's got quick change, it's got a gut hook for wires, and it's also got the blade storage, looks like underneath, and it stores 5 extra blades. So let's get it open and see what we think. So guys, if you like the Milwaukee FASTBACK utility knives or knives in general, please definitely hit up my channel because I've just posted a bunch of reviews on different Milwaukee knives, and some are better than others. So definitely check out some of those reviews, and always be careful opening this because you can get the knife to pop out occasionally. Luckily not here. That wasn't too bad. We'll set the packaging aside. And right out of the box, guys, this has a really nice feel. We'll slide up the blade storage, but that is a really nice feel on that blade storage. And one of the differences, guys, that I couldn't tell this knife from the cheaper knives from Milwaukee, I just couldn't tell in the packaging. It's a nicer body to the knife. This feels a little bit on the cheaper side. It's kind of a plastic with a metal liner that they use for the cheap Milwaukee FASTBACK utility knife here. So really nothing special with this knife, which was on the cheaper side. If you go up to the $15 knife, it's actually got a full metal frame here, no liner, so it's got a really nice feel out of the box, guys, and I couldn't tell just by looking at it in the store that it had this kind of nicer feel to the body. And the knife is going to fold down in place, and one of the really cool features that I just noticed is for the gut hook or the wire cutter, it's got one up top here, but if you slide, so you could either use that one up top or you could fold your knife down and actually use that gut hook at the back as well and do some larger wire. I think I'd prefer the one up front, but that's kind of a nice cool feature if you just needed to, have that blade for some reason. You've got a little extra accessibility there on the back, and I don't think you're going to run into any issues with something accidentally sliding down there, although that is somewhat of a concern when you've got your knife in the safety position to have your blade exposed like that. So not a huge fan of that, guys, but definitely not the worst thing in the world. It's also got the belt clip on back. This is really tight. I think these vary just by the knife you pick up at the store, but that's really tight, guys. So that's going to be a tough one to get in and out of your pocket there. And it's got a huge lanyard loop. A lot of the Milwaukee knives have the much smaller lanyard loop, so if you like the lanyard loop and you like it a little bit bigger, this one's going to have it. So definitely upgrade to the $15 Milwaukee FASTBACK if you like that for utility knives. If it's not a concern, you don't need to worry about it. But let's see if got the press and flip down on this one, and it didn't lock all the way up, but wow, guys, that's a lot nicer than their cheap $5 or $6 utility knife. this thing, the press and flip, does actually work on that, so you can do everything one-handed. But that's a nice knife, guys. I wasn't that impressed with the Milwaukee FASTBACK utility knives, but I hadn't reviewed a lot of the upgraded versions. This is definitely something more that I'd carry on me. I like a little bit nicer knife, and this one from Milwaukee definitely seems to fit that bill. I could see myself using it a lot more for different jobs. It's got a much more substantial handle on there. It's much thicker. You know, if I was doing any rougher jobs, this would definitely come in handy, and I'm really surprised that the materials are so much nicer on the $15 knife versus the cheaper knife. Again, not a huge price difference, but I wasn't expecting the nicer quality of this $15 knife. So definitely go ahead and pick this one up, and it's nice to know that the Milwaukee knives get nicer as they go up in price. Kind of a stupid statement, guys, but I'm a little surprised. So that's it, guys. Please hit me up with a like or subscribe if you can, and as always, we'll talk to you on the next video.